on the block.
Boyette steps out. Sarah Hattis comes in. Higgs knocks down her first bucket, the freshman from Round Rock and Cedar Ridge High School. Nice move by Luke. Whoa. Nice move by Lupo.
Again, though, another layup right there by Lupo. She's got to be able to knock those down.
Little pass is too late to Empress Davenport from LaShawn Higgs. And now Hampton on the run. Now we should mention that Hampton, we weren't here for the entire 2 hours. They had a 2-hour shoot around getting ready for Texas tonight.
And I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought David Six did a good job. He was teaching. He's got several new players on this team, whether they're transfers that can now play this year or freshmen. So they're all still learning his defensive system, and so he needs those 2-hour shoot-arounds.
Hampton now 0 for 6. They've already turned the ball over 4 times and a couple of substitutions in the game. Let's take a look at the history there for Hampton.
I mean, this is a program that year in and year out gets themselves to the NCAA tournament. Last year for David Six was the only year he hadn't been there. So they're used to playing at a high level in that conference. And so they're not trying to come in here and not play well. They're trying to come in here and really make, do some damage against Texas.
The second time Texas has faced Hampton. That last time they faced him was first round in the 2003 NCAAs, and Texas had to go through Hampton to get to the Final Four in 2003 in Atlanta. So they are very familiar with this style of play.
Well, they've been picked second in the MEAC this year. North Carolina A&T is picked to win the conference, but that'll go down to the wire. And that conference tournament is always, the winner goes to the NCAA tournament, so you expect Hampton to be in those finals.
There's an active zone. Empress Davenport finds some crowd, and LaShawn Higgs again with the jumper.
Well, it's a really quick move by LaShawn Higgs right there to give her a little space for her pull-up jumper. I like the fact that she has the mid-range pull-up jumper, and that's something that this Texas team needs, is a player that can really challenge a defense from about 15 feet, and LaShawn is going to be able to do that all season long.
After shoot-around, Higgs goes up to Texas practice facility and gets up shots for about 20 to 30 minutes, Nell, and that's exactly the shot she was working on today.
Well, and because she's going to get that shot a lot. She's got such a quick first step. She's going to be able to get around defenders and get some good looks.
Texas's lead now 14, a couple of minutes remaining in the first quarter if you are just joining us. Fran Harris-Nell Fortner, if you're just starting to watch Texas basketball this season, you've heard us talk about quarters. It is a new system going from halves to quarters, and so we'll talk to you a little bit more about the rule changes in the game.
I think.
And for Texas, Kelsey Lane.
Well, really interesting. I like the 4 10-minute quarters. I think it adds strategy to the game. I think the game goes faster with the 1 media timeout in each 10-minute period. I've liked it so far, so we'll go further into it as we go, but I really think the strategy has been the fun part to watch.
Do you think it makes any difference in terms of the conditioning and folks getting tired?
I do, and I think we've seen that this quarter. I like how Karen Aston has substituted this quarter. She's given her players some rest, but she let that first unit start and really try to gel before she started shuffling players in and out. But they've got to have rest because they're only getting 1 media.
LaShawn Higgs with the quick move to the basket, drawing the foul again. She will go to the free throw line. And free throws, Nell, another area that's changed in the women's games this year.
Well, there's no more 1-on-1. You get to the 5th foul in the quarter, and you're going for 2 shots. I'm not crazy about that one. I like the one-on-one. I like putting the pressure on the shooter.
Absolutely.
So there's no more 1-on-1, only 2 shots starting at the 5th foul per quarter. And I think LaShawn Higgs is going to get herself there a lot, to tell you the truth. Or she's going to help her team get to that 5th foul quickly.
Senior Brady Sanders into the game for senior Davenport. Brady Sanders coming off of an injury. Doesn't have her sea legs yet. Coach Karen Aston looking to get her some minutes.
She had played pretty well at Rice.
Yep,
so I think she got probably a little bit of confidence there, but having to work her way back in with a lot more talent to have to work her way against.
No
get back on the
question.
floor.
Hattis got the roll.
Now, there was growth that we saw by LaShawn Higgs right there, because in the first 2-3 games, we would have seen her shoot that ball. But she was patient, and she fed an open post player and got the assist.
Texas used a lot of shot clock on that last possession. 14 on the shot clock for Hampton. And 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
I think Karen Aston's team is responding to her, let's find the great shot, not the good shot.
I think you're right. Nice rim runner by Kelsey Lang, and she tumbles to the floor. She'll go to the free throw line. But look at Kelsey Lang run the rim.
Well, that was really a nice job. She had a lot of traffic to try to finish that shot, but she does draw the foul. But you want to see those bigs running that rim. You get rewarded when you do that.
Kelsey Lang had a tough outing versus Rice this past Saturday. 1 rebound. Also, most don't realize she actually broke her hand this past summer, so she was missing a lot of the off-season training as well. So she's trying to get her sea legs as well for Texas.
You know, we saw Kelsey last year just play very confidently, and I have not seen that from her this season yet. A lot of it has to do with her hand coming back. She missed a lot of preseason, so players have to get comfortable on the floor, but I think we'll see that happen as the season goes along.
I think you're absolutely right, and Sarah Hattis will certainly have to pick up some of the slack for Texas and Karen Aston. Texas again in a 2-3 zone. Nice move to the hole.
Well, there's got to be help side coming over for that drive right there. Kelsey Lang really vulnerable out on the perimeter defending penetration, but Texas really had a breakdown with help side coming over within that zone.
Lang, yes, gets that one to go down. Extend this Texas lead to 13.
That's one of the things I love about the quarter, because that shot right there gives you a little bit of...
Big girl for Hampton getting into the action right now, and nice little slip there on behind the zone. Another slip by Texas. Hattis for Rodrigo.
Really nice penetration against the zone right there by both teams. Are doing it to each other right now and getting the ball into their bigs for easy layups, and that's what you want when you're attacking the zone. You know, Kayla Lupo for Hampton would have 2 or 3 more baskets if she can just knock down those layups. She's got to be able to finish strong.
Seven on the shot clock, and the floater, the air ball, but a big rebound.
Well, that's where Malia Tate DeFreitas right now just can't get on track offensively. She's 2 of 7 after that miss right there. And really, Fran, they need her playing at an extremely high level to have any shot at beating and upsetting Texas today.
So they get the fresh shot clock with the foul on the rebound. 17 on the shot clock now for the Pirates. All the way to the hole.
Well, they need a lot more to take DeFreitas taking it to the hole like that and not being afraid to go up against Texas's bigs.
DeFreitas now with 6 points. Kelsey Lang now with 4 points for Texas.
A really beautiful finish by Kelsey Lang, and there's no way Hampton's going to be able to guard her one-on-one. They're going to have to bring some help down there. Look like they only want to bring help on Amani Boyette.
Easily breaks that press. DeFreitas again for Hampton.
Well, with Sarah Hattis. You know, it looks like she's a little more comfortable tonight. You know, she moves well as an athlete, but you just know she's a player that's going to get better and better every time she gets game action under her belt.
Sarah Hattis committed to basketball full-time now, played on Texas's National Championship 2012 volleyball team, and now has a couple more years for Karen Aston. Long ball, rebounded by Lang. Tasia Foman with the air ball, and now a rare transition opportunity for Hampton. Nice move, just in and out. So Georgiana Gilbo misses that one. Misses one, gets one. Texas now looking to extend this 55-27 lead. Sarah Hattis in the ball game for Texas, as well as Kelsey Lang. Davenport launches a three.
Again, you've got situations here where Texas can continue to work the ball, try to get it inside, and work inside out a little bit before they take those threes.
So I guess that would fall into the category of I don't even know if that would even fall into a good shot, Nell. At that point, it's so early in the shot clock. It's really not Empress's shot, so it can't even get on your good and great scale, can it?
Well, sometimes, you know, players get a little, they get a little itchy fingers, you know, a little itchy fingers. Hot potato that ball becomes, you know. Just got to get that shot off.
With the 64-29 lead, what has Hampton stopped doing, Nell, that they were doing fairly well toward the end of the first half?
With the Friedis were scoring.
Yes, no question.
You know, so right now Texas' defense a little tight, you know, a little tougher, just making sure that she doesn't just go off on them in the second half.
You're right. DeFreitas went to half with 11 points. She only has 13, but it's taken 19 shots, only connected on 6 of those. They've made it difficult for her in the second half.
Well, and it's not that the 19 shots is out of the ordinary, but it's just hard to score over the size of Texas. And Hampton won't be the only team that struggles with that this season.
Yeah, you got 6'7", 6'5" with Kelsey Lane, 6'4" with Sarah Hattis. There it is.
The worst shot in basketball right there, because she just had about 6 inches of her foot on that three-point line. You've got to scoot back. You've got to get behind that three and get that extra point.
They hate the long two. Brady Sanders in the ball game now for Texas. Hattis, a little one-on-one coverage, and she just falls down. It will remain Texas ball with 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, Sarah Hattis really doesn't need to dribble to go score. She's got to find her points off the pass.
The game summary you can see there, DeFreitas now with 15 points, but Texas has forced Hampton into quite a few turnovers.
Well, and again, that's the size of Texas. It's just difficult to really get the ball, get good shots inside against that size, or by the dribble or the pass, and the turnovers just start piling up on you. You know,
go ahead.
I was going to say, Hampton has not stopped playing. You know, their defense is, you know, they're working hard defensively. Just can't score, just can't generate enough points. And right there, Kayla Lupo, really just a frustration foul by her, and that's unfortunate. She's the one who's kind of being robbed into DeFreitas' Batman right there, but she's going to get herself into some foul trouble.
Higgs with 7 points, made that one. Make that 8 points for Higgs. You know, we talk about when teams come into different gyms, Nell, they've sometimes been all over the country, and Hampton has certainly had a trek on this road trip.
That's putting it lightly right there. They have been all over the place. They started in Iowa State, then to Washington State, University of Oregon, UTEP, and now at Texas. They've been on the road over 2 weeks. So they're ready to get home and eat some Thanksgiving turkey and unpack their bags.
They will play again on Sunday, but for more on that, let's send it down to Tyler Denning.
Well, guys, that trip started way back on November 11th, 6,953 miles round trip. And to put that in perspective, the furthest Texas has gone their one road game to Houston, that would be going from Austin to Houston and back 21 times. So head coach David Six and this group ready to get back home, indeed.
Yeah, I can't even imagine being on the road for 2 weeks. You know, that is, that's spending a lot of time with your teammates, which that's not bad, but 2 weeks might be a little much. But you're seeing all the places they went and the order they took these trips in. So that's, yeah, 6,953 miles. Well, that's some good frequent flyer miles.
No question about that.
Sarah Hattis misses the bunny on the other end, and that's where she's got to get stronger, be able to take the physical contact and go up and get the and one.
Sarah Hattis had a good preseason for Karen Aston, but Karen talked today about there's a difference between working hard and performing. So you can work hard and give effort, but if you're not performing, it's difficult to stay on the floor.
Well, when you're in practice is a lot different than the game floor, and you know that, Fran. I mean, you know, you can really kind of just let it loose on the practice floor, but when these lights come on and fans are in the stands, it becomes a different game.
Higgs to Foman, who doesn't connect, but she will go to the free throw line. Let's take a look at Sarah Hattis in action.
And this is where Sarah Hattis needs to score. She needs to catch the ball and turn and score, and that's exactly what she does right now. Right now, dribbling, creating your shot is not her game. So she will continue to grow her game. She's been out of it for 2 years, so she's got a lot of learning, a lot of growth that needs to happen. But, boy, you talk about the physical body to make it happen, the shot mechanics, yes, it can happen. It's just going to take her a little time.
Jordan Hosey takes a seat as Olamide Aborowa, third freshman on this Texas team, comes into the game. She's got a couple of freshmen on the floor. Higgs goes to the free throw line. That you talk about a toolkit and a toolbox. Aborowa is one to watch.
Well, no question. She's going to be, she's a growth in process right now, but we're going to watch her get better. And I think we'll see her growth during the Big 12 season. If she gets the minutes on the floor, it might not take her a lot of time because she's so athletic. She's got the ability to defend and rebound right off the bat. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, nice block by Mide. Got on the stat sheet.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want to come in the game and have a line right there. So she is on it with a nice block.
A freshman from Nigeria by way of Philadelphia, played a couple of years. Little pick and roll by the freshman now. Can't get that one to go down, but we're starting to see some of the things that Mide can do. Let's take a look at this defensive play.
Well, you see the timing on the block. You know, she's just got that natural athleticism about her. So if that's an area that she can contribute, she might find a little time on the floor. Don't foul, get the block, and get down to the other end.
Nice move. That was a speedy move by Willis. Foul on Tasia Foman.
Well, Tasia's going to have to do a better job not allowing that penetration right there. Texas in a 2-3 zone to force that outside shot, so you can't let that dribble penetration hurt the zone.
DeFreitas goes by Sarah Hattis.
And smart move by DeFreitas. She sees Hattis on her. You know, that's going to be a tough guard for Sarah Hattis to laterally move to stop DeFreitas from turning the corner.
So the fresh shot clock, and they go down low again, this time over Aborowa for the bucket.
Well, Lupo really finding a little bit of an offensive rhythm. Again, she's playing with 4 fouls, so she's a little bit strapped defensively, but still not afraid to take it at the basket.
12 points for Lupo now as Texas' shot clock winds down. Sean Higg goes by 2, forces it up.
Well, that's where she's got to learn. That was a totally forced shot. It's, you know, just got to run a little bit of offense, move the ball.
Turns into a bucket.
Dejanay James with that bucket right there. Doesn't get a whole lot of playing time, but coming in and doing some damage for Hampton.
Gets her average, does James.
You know, one of the freshmen for Hampton, and he's got a lot of freshmen, so they're still learning how to play this game to David Six's standard. But they know how to little break and transition right there. That wasn't difficult.
Textbook fast break by Hampton with 4:44 remaining in the game. And you said it earlier, Nell, they're continuing to play. They're still working on things.
They are, and that's what's so important. So when they leave the gym tonight, that they can feel good about certain areas of their game. Effort, you should always feel good about your sideline. Hopefully it's nothing too major. It's always the one thing coaches worry about more than anything, and that's the injury bug. You know, Texas really, again, losing their focus a little bit on both ends of the floor, because defensively, Hampton scored quite easily right there against the Longhorns.
Make that a 15-2 run. Brady Sanders, a senior from Godling, gets it to go, and her first 3 in the ball game, and maybe of the season.
Well, that's what she does.
Yeah.
She likes to shoot those threes, and she seems to be finding a little bit of rhythm there.
See, I thought Sarah Hattis was doing what you were talking about them doing, and that's asking for the ball. I'll tell you who's asked for the ball tonight for Texas is Chevy Silverado, most dependable player, and now in the game is Breonna Taylor, 16 points, 5 rebounds. This dependable player powered by the all-new Chevy Silverado. What a game.
Well, no doubt, and not only the most dependable player, but how about the most versatile player, having started the game at the 4, played some 3. Really great job defensively, no matter where she is on the floor. Just brings great energy. But you know, back to that dependable, and if you're a player, you want to be dependable. You want your teammates to trust you, your coaching staff to trust you. And that's where I think Breonna Taylor has really grown her game, is she's on the floor being able to run plays, whether she's a 3 or the 4. Very trustworthy player by her coaching staff and her teammates.
No question. When Karen Aston talks about some of her dilemmas, Nell, in terms of who she wants on the floor, Breonna Taylor is never in those conversations. She knows she's going to be in the mix.
Right, and she's proven it. We're seeing it every time we call a game, exactly why Karen feels that way.
Coming up next after the game, Longhorn Extra. We'll talk about the rivalry renewed between the Texas Longhorns and the Texas A&M men's hoop team. We'll do a Thanksgiving preview. Lowell, Ricky, and David will break down the Tech game. And, of course, we'll have an interview with Coach Aston following the game.